Hello and welcome to another edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. I'm Kelly Carl, your host, and joining me in studio this week, Chris Silva from Thunder.nba.com. Of course, later in the broadcast, we will also hear from Brian Davis, Grant Long, and Matt Pinto, who are all on the road with the team right now, Chris. And that seems to be a pretty comfortable place for the guys right now.
It is, and traditionally the Thunder has been a really good road team. I think one thing that we're seeing on the road through the early part of the season is just how much depth they have. Last year, obviously, 9-man rotation, not a lot of injuries. This year, a few guys nicked up here and there, and everyone's really stepped it up. Every 15, down to the 15th player.
Absolutely, and you speak of that depth, and Coach Brooks needed every bit of it in New Jersey the other night when his team decided to make things interesting, take it to triple overtime. Of course, Jeff Green, Russell Westbrook, incredible offensively, both in the high 30s, but then you also had defensively, talking about them down the stretch, talk about their turnovers, that kind of thing.
Yeah, sure. And two things that stuck out to me in the triple overtime was, one, the Thunder did not commit a turnover after the fourth quarter, which is great. They really took care of the ball. The second thing that stood out, of the 7 turnovers they did force in the 3 overtimes, 3 of them were shot clock violations. I mean, they really had it. They had the good rotations, they had good closeouts. They were great defensively down the stretch.
Incredible to see a team actually win that game, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Thunder on the upside. And after seeing limited game action in the beginning of the season, DJ White has recently earned some extended minutes on the floor, all of which the third-year forward has taken full advantage of.
White with the offensive rebound and a putback.
Good defense by White.
DJ White, who blocks the shot.
Good defense, off and running.
When DJ steps onto the court, he knows that he needs to bring 2 things: energy and toughness.
He helps us, just doing some small things on court.
This year, he's coming in, earning his minutes, playing hard every time he's out on the floor. He's been very key, to us winning some of these games.
I just want to go and provide energy out the bench. Whenever my name is called, just to be ready.
And DJ's answering the call.
White has his second block on Granger.
Against the Pacers, it was his gritty defense that ignited the team. While at home versus the Rockets, the power forward dropped a dozen to add to the offensive end. And as DJ explains, he's simply fulfilling his role and earning his time.
I have to go and relax down with the energy. Energy for one, coming off the bench with the second unit. We want to keep going on, keep doing what the guys are doing in front of us. If they start off right, we want to continue going, so it requires energy and relax. Just go out there with a clear mind and just do what you have to do.
Dumping low to White. DJ White, don't be so mean, takes it hard to the cup and throws down with 2 hands.
I just tell him always be ready, always be ready no matter what. And, look at scouting reports and analyze what we're going to do on both ends and just play your game. He's a guy that can score the basketball on anybody, make shots and defend. And, that's what we're going to need from him while he's on the floor.
You can tell by listening to the coaches and the teammates, DJ White is the kind of guy you want to see do well. And these guys are happy to have him on the floor, to get him finally, in 3 seasons now, he's healthy, Chris.
Exactly.
And he's playing like it.
Yeah, he is. And the Nets game was his 11th game of the season, which is 1 fewer game than he played all of last season. So, obviously the string of health, of course, you got to feel good for a guy like that. One thing I credit, his time in Tulsa last season, I think it's invaluable. Look at it this way. He spent a lot of time with the 66ers, and had it not been for that Thunder-66ers relationship, where is he going to get the minutes to continue to develop and rehab some of the injuries that he had? And
I think you brought up a good point, too. Also earlier, Coach Brooks had said, I believed in DJ when it came to his offensive game, shooting the 15-foot jumpers, but it even surprised Coach a little bit to see how great and how influential he has been on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, DJ knew that was one area that he had to step up this season, and he has. Scott says that he trusts him on the defensive end just as much as he does the offensive end. You're seeing him come down with rebounds, and if he's not rebounding, he's boxing out and closing out his man. So, you really can't ask for much more with the minutes that he's been given.
And the Thunder has shown great poise in tight games this season, having already gone 7 of 2 in games decided by 5 points or less. And after a week straight of tight ball games, we turn it to Matt Pinto, Grant Long, and Brian Davis for more.
The Thunder finding ways, gentlemen, to win tight games all season long. It's become a defining characteristic, and I reflect back on the New Orleans game, and lockdown defense down the stretch, and a move that Scott Brooks made, shifting Kevin Durant to guard David West. And he has such versatility, does Brooks, in going to a variety of different combinations, and it worked magnificently.
Here's the bottom line by the numbers. That game on Monday night left the Thunder at 4-1. 4-1 when they shoot below 40%. Contrast that with the first 2 years here in the Southern Plains when below 40% the Thunder was 2-23.
And Grant, they seem to find ways, and part of that equation is Russell Westbrook's continued emergence and taking games over offensively if he needs to.
Well, I think it's a great balance because Scott Brooks has a lot of confidence in his bench. You saw him go to the bench and get some production from them on the defensive end, and then you talked about Russell Westbrook coming into his own here early in the ball in the season, making some things happen on the offensive end. He's making things happen on the defensive end. Whatever the team needs, he's able to provide it in that moment.
I had a conversation with Kevin Durant after shoot-around in Houston a few days ago, guys, and I said, I think you're going to have company in Los Angeles in a Thunder uniform, and he said, he's definitely going. I hope I'm going.
You know, the difference that I see in his game, Matt, is that before, when Russell was rolling, that's what he did. He just continued to roll offensively. He'd look to score, and now there are distinct moments, especially when a guy's not going well, a teammate. I think about the way he's tried to set up Nenad Krstić in a given moment, the way that he's tried to set up Kevin Durant late in ball games if Kevin hasn't been shooting well. That's the maturation of a guy who not only then can continue to get his, but now knows how to get his teammates involved at the same time. I love it. You know, fellas, the other guy that I think we need to give a little love to is Jeff Green, who is scoring and rebounding at rates that would be career highs. But I go back to the Indiana game a week ago Friday where they put him on Roy Hibbert. Now that's a mismatch in Hibbert's favor, but they played together at Georgetown, and never mind that Jeff knows his game awfully well. Jay Green defensively has really started to step up, and you don't always see that in a stat sheet, but I guarantee you the guys in the locker room know it.
Yeah, I think it inspires the guys when Jeff Green is willing to take on an assignment like that. Grant, you know, Roy Hibbert had his way with a number of the big men, and Jeff Green kind of raised his hand and said, all right, maybe by default, but I'm willing to take this assignment on, and it was a pivotal part of another clutch road win for this team.
Well, I'm one of the offenders that always talks about Jeff Green's versatility on offense, but I think we saw that in an instance on defense. He also has versatility. As you saw, he guarded the Indiana Pacers, their center in Roy Hibbert, and he was very physical with him. He was also able to push him off that low block area where he had a high percentage shots at that time. But Jeff and his versatility on both ends of the floor, I think, is something very special. I've always said that Jeff, to me, is one of those guys that makes impact plays. It may not happen for 48 minutes, but when you need him to make a big play, whether it's defense or offense, he comes through for you.
I think the one thing we've learned about this team a month into the season is they have quality character, and it's certainly elevating them in some tight spots to some tough wins.
Coming up on Thunder Insider.
Doing a great job. I think what we got Russell on the Alfredo. You feel me? Got James on the corn. Enjoy.
The Thunder and other organizations in the community joined forces last month and provided 1,100 families and individuals the opportunity to enjoy a Thanksgiving feast, including a dinner served by the entire Thunder team.
That's for you.
The Thunder have committed to coming down here during this time of year and just really making it a special season for the kids and for the families. And
2 trays. Here you go. 2 trays. Y'all enjoying y'all dinner?
We love being a part of the community. It's an important part of our lives is to give back to people that, you know, that are less fortunate, that had a tough break, that are trying like heck to get back, you know, in the thick of things, and just gives us an opportunity to help in any way we can.
Doing a great job. I think what we got Russell on the Alfredo. You feel me? Got James on the corn. Enjoy.
Great, especially to come back and be able to give back to the community and be able to feed different families, and that's in need, and it's a good thing for us to do.
You know, just to be able to help, to you know, give support to those people, it means a lot to us.
You're welcome.
We're all blessed, you know, but some are less fortunate, and you know, it's an unfortunate situation to, you know, for people to go through things like this. But for us to give back and show them that we care as well means a whole lot. So, like I said, I'm excited. I'm here.
How you doing?
And our players love it. It's so important that we we do this, and we don't do it because we're forced to do it. We do it because we want to do it. It's a privilege and it's an honor to be a part of the community and give back.
The team always has such a great time, especially when they can all be together and do something like that. It was a great event. You know, night in and night out, Thabo Sefolosha draws the toughest defensive assignments and quietly contains some of the league's best players, exactly why his teammates refer to him as the glue that holds their D together. But lately, the Thunder's defensive enforcer has proved there's more to his game than just stopping the ball.
Russell with 12 to shoot, top of the key, Sefolosha will an 18-footer, nothing but net. Slashing in the lane, stripped by Sefolosha. Thabo gathers the loose ball.
He's the heart and soul of our defense, and when he defends the way he's capable of defending, it makes us a better team.
He's just a versatile defender. You know, he's a great cutter. You know, when we get in trouble in the offensive end, he's cutting down the lane for easy baskets. So, you know, I'm glad we have him here.
I don't take it for granted because I know it's a special quality that he has, that he does a lot of great things for our team.
Thabo does so much for this team, as Scott Brooks and all of the players just alluded to. But something we've both noticed in watching him at practice is he's really put a lot of time into his offensive game. We know he can play defense, but now we're getting to see a little bit more from Thabo.
Yeah, and Thabo said that during the summer when he was back home in Switzerland, he put a lot of time into his jump shot, especially the corner jump shot. And even after recent practices, we're seeing him and Kevin Durant or him and James Harden working on that jump shot for, you know, not just a couple minutes, but, you know, a good 30, 45 minutes a day. And, I mean, obviously it's paying off so far.
We're seeing here with some of this video, you know, he's getting to the lane, he's getting open in the lane. Why do you think he's been able to do that recently so successfully?
Well, I think Thabo mentioned it a couple days ago when he said that because the offense and the half-court offenses has such a good flow and rhythm right now, there's great floor spacing, and when there's more floor spacing, there's more opportunities for Thabo to really cut hard to the lane or step into a gap or a seam for a pull-up jump shot.
I know Russell Westbrook has specifically mentioned how he loves it when he cuts. He's like, I can find him, and Kevin Durant said the same thing. He's like, when he makes that hard cut to the basket, there's really nobody that can stop him.
Yeah, and Scott Brooks even said so himself that, you know, Thabo is our best cutter, and you do see it, you know, whether it's from the weak side or coming in transition. I mean, he knows how to knife his way, take a sharp angle, get to the rim.
And we'll hope to see more of that from Thabo.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
You know, when you do your research on, you know, Scotty and the way he played the game, you know, you can tell, you know, how intense he is about the way he coaches and what he wants us to do.
You're watching Thunder Insider.
I love you dudes, man. Remember 3, 1, 2, 3.
Chris out in front to the rim. Green blocks his layup. Westbrook to steal. KD looking for Rush, going to get it back. Hackett. And one. Kevin Durant climbing the stairway to hoop heaven.
Some great highlights right there. The player's role, of course, is to be ready to work and bring energy. But when it comes down to it, there's one man setting the tone for this Thunder group, head coach Scott Brooks. Definitely a tough position to be in, but as the players tell you, the third-year head coach has a method to the madness and manages to push all the right buttons at just the right times.
What do you think about Scott Brooks as a coach?
He's a great coach. I mean, he's a player's coach, you know. He's young and he can really adapt to us players because we're all young as well.
It was great. You know, he likes to hear your opinion, watches film with you, and you know that's good for a point guard like myself to be able to conversate with the coach and, you know what he's thinking. He knows what I'm thinking.
Continue to play hard, and we have success. Let's go.
You know, when you do your research on, you know, Scotty and the way he played the game, you know, you can tell, you know, how intense he is about the way he coaches and what he wants us to do. You know, I talked to a lot of people who played with him, coached him, and they all say the same thing. He played hard and he played for his team, and that's something that he preaches every day.
Good start, guys. Keep this up.
It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Me and Coach Brooks, we have a great bond. You know, when he was an assistant coach my rookie year, he was the guy I leaned on when I needed help. You know, I come to the bench, I talk to Scott, and for him to get the coaching job, it was an easy transition for me, you know, because we were so close, and I love him as a head coach.
That's how we play. You guys having fun out here. That's how we play.
You know, he's got a really good feel for what's actually going on with the team, a real good pulse for the team, and he can sense when we need kind of a kick or when we need praise, and I think, like I said, it's not just because he's a former player either. There's other former players that don't have a good pulse, but he for whatever reason, he's got a really good idea of what's actually going on with the team, not just wins and losses, but he can feel on what the team needs.
Thanks a lot, John Radigan, for helping us out with that. Chris, it's always interesting to get the team's perspective on their coach. And I know Scott Brooks will tell you his success is not just him, but it involves all of the people around him and surrounding him.
It really does. And I think that Sam Presti, the general manager, and Scott have a very unique relationship. I think it kind of starts at the top there, because you have two guys who are on the same page. They have the same vision. And when you get two guys like that who are consistent with their message, consistent with their philosophy and the way that they approach the players and talk to the players and just as far as just pushing the what the Thunder is all about, I mean, that trickles down. It goes to the coaching staff, it goes to the players. Players recognize that, they respect that, everyone's on the same page.
Coach Brooks continuing to develop his team and also, as he'll tell you, improving himself. The past week, the Thunder D-League affiliate, the Tulsa 66ers, were also out in the community doing their part this holiday season. The team visited the Donald W. Reynolds Food Distribution Center in Tulsa to help pack boxes of donated food that were later delivered to area families in need, certainly making the holiday season a little brighter for some. The 66ers have also been helping to promote a healthy living style among kids. Marcus Lewis, Jerome Dyson, and Latavius Williams were at Nimitz Middle School in Tulsa, along with 50 5th through 8th graders. The players showed the students different ways to stay fit and also stressed the importance of a healthy diet.
Ahead on Thunder Insider.
These gifts are incredible, and they even look better with the Thunder girls doing a little modeling for us. We got the hard hat here, you can pick that up. Dog dish for your puppy, you got a big dog, whatever, and the reserved parking Thunder sign.
The best thing about the Thunder is the excitement.
There's this electricity.
It's awesome to watch the games with my son.
This is something bigger than yourself.
Nick Collison is my favorite defensive player.
Russell Westbrook.
James Harden.
Serge Ibaka.
They are a part of our family.
It's the team, it's the fans, it's the entire community.
Work hard, keep fighting.
This is my team.
One hope. One heart. One Thunder.
The voice of thousands. The voice of thousands.
Is the voice of one team.
Thunder's road ahead is just that. Time on the road with 4 of their next 5 games away from Oklahoma City. The stretch begins Friday night in Toronto, and then it's back to OKC to face Golden State, who's hovering around the 500 mark so far this season, and then right back to the road to face Chicago on Monday. So if you're still looking for a great Christmas gift idea, give the gift of Thunder basketball. Choose between 2 4-game ticket packages, with the first game of the package being either Christmas night or New Year's Eve. Go to thunder.nba.com or call 405-208-HOOP. Can't get enough Thunder basketball? Then take part in our Watch and Win contest. The winner will receive a trip to Orlando to see the Thunder take on the Magic or get tickets to an upcoming home game. Go to thunder.nba.com and enter the code 6754 or text the code to 68278 for your chance to win. The new Thunder shop is now open at the arena with a variety of new and different items exclusive to the team store. So we took our chances by sending Mike Steely inside during the grand opening to check it out.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome to Thunder basketball.
Thank you very much. All right, another nice night. Thunder basketball, excitement, that's what it's all about. There's only one problem this time of year that I wish I didn't have to deal with, and that was thinking about holiday gifts. It's always on my mind. I can't get it out of my head. I want to think Thunder Hoops, and that's it. Hey, I think there's one place I can get everything. Oh, man. This is it. This is what I've been looking for, right here.
Everybody come inside. We're gonna make it feel alright. Come along and take the ride. We're gonna make it feel alright,
Oh man, you can even get pom-poms. Yeah. Hey, look at this. All right, a complete uniform set for Al Eschbach. Oh man, perfect size too. I could probably throw in a hoodie as well. All right, you guys know I'm a hat guy. I've got some bad hair, not a lot of it left, so I gotta cover this stuff. And I hear they have a lot of hats here. right, that's it. This has gone too far. Way too far. There we go. Hey. You guys have this in 2XL? Double X in this?
Steely, do not make us call security again.
I said, hey now, where you gonna go from here?
These gifts are incredible, and they even look better with the Thunder Girls doing a little modeling for us. You got the hard hat here, you can pick that up. Dog dish for your puppy, you got a big dog, whatever. And the reserved parking Thunder sign, very nice. Ladies, thank you, nice job. Thank you very much.
Now, I said, hey now, where you gonna go from here?
All right.
All that shopping, you didn't buy anything?
I left my wallet at home, believe it or not, but I'll be back.
All right.
All right, later.
And after all that, can you believe Steely left with nothing?
Yeah, I didn't know he was that cheap.
You got to be careful in the holiday season, you know? Work
Yeah.
with your money. Trust me, if you go to the new Thunder shop, you will not leave empty-handed, and there's lots of hours to do it. It will be open from 10 to 6, Monday through Friday, and has special holiday hours during the month of December on Saturday. Well, thanks again for joining us for another edition of Thunder Insider presented by Integris Health. Chris Silva, thank you for being with us. We will see you all again next week with plenty more Thunder basketball.